Hello, everybody, and this is the review of the last map we just did, which was Resident Evil 1 on the Left 4 Dead 2 game as a mod. Map as well. So, what did you guys think?
Too long.
It was indeed very long.
Is that all we have to say about it?
There were tanks.
Yes.
Oh, well, they're tanks.
There were indeed tanks. Is there anything else you want to point out?
Spiders.
I take it you guys got really nothing else on there. This map, I don't know how close it was to Resident Evil 1. I doubt that there was a spider, and I highly doubt Slenderman was around. But as far as it making you feel like you're doing a survival horror scavenger hunt kind of thing, it hit that out of the park. Lots of backtracking, lots of going to one place, then going to the opposite side, then go back to that one place, then go back to the opposite side. It kind of accomplished what it was trying to do.
It would have been nice if it actually let us know when we were supposed to go to the safe room.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of problem in this one. I didn't think it was awful. And I can kind of forgive it with the time, because most of the time is trying to figure out where we gotta go and what to do next. But it would have been nice to have some more direction, is probably the one thing it needed. It needs more direction to know where you gotta go, because now we're just guessing.
We spent way too much time fighting enemies when we could have just went to the safe room.
Yeah, because you had no direction. That's the biggest problem with this map, is there is just no sense of direction. So I guess we'll just get on with the 5 stars max, 1 star minimum qualifications, huh? So number 1, number of infected. Dread, I'm going to start with you. What was the number infected to you? Because we know there was about roughly 2,000 zombies that we killed.
Yeah, a little under 2,000. I thought the zombies were okay. They weren't too overwhelming.
Alright. So what star rating would you give it?
I'd probably give it half a star, because there were at some points where there were no zombies at all, but then other points when we were supposed to get back to the safe room, we just got flooded by zombies.
True. So half star from Dread. Kyo, what do you think?
Oh. Considering it's over 6 pults, I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah.
But the inconsistency with when they show up, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Granted, it probably was more about the puzzles than fighting hordes, but I'll give it 3/4.
Okay. I'm going to give it a full star, because I didn't think we had too much problems in terms of overwhelmness. The only time we ever had overwhelmness is when both guys, that wasn't me, shot the damn spider. Aside from the spider and the countless tanks we took on, which most of them could have been prevented anyway. It was pretty much solid. I mean, you didn't have to worry about the hordes. It would let you know if a horde's coming. We would hear them. But there was times where it did have some inconsistencies, and maybe next time, to the creator, if you're going to refine this map, fix that. Just kind of make it a little bit more consistent. If a map is, like, any part of the map is supposed to be less zombies, then don't have a horde, have maybe a horde come in and just don't have zombies roaming around. Or something like that. I don't know. Just try to balance it out a little bit better, because there was one map where we only killed maybe 150. Another map we killed about 300. So, yeah, it's got some inconsistency problems. Number 2, length of campaign. Dread, what did you think about the length? We clocked in about 2 hours, 20 minutes.
That shit was pretty long.
Right.
Because what do we normally have? What, like half that?
Okay, so for a normal 6-part map, we would usually classify that as a little bit over an hour, like an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes. But considering the map we played, you also got to consider the map we played. It was a puzzle-solving style. We've played those before.
I guess you're right. So I would probably give it a full star for length, given the type of map.
Okay. Gil, what did you think?
The length. The issue with length here was less to do with the actual. It's more to do with the fact they didn't actually tell us what we needed to do in a few spots.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we stayed a few places, like for 20 plus minutes before we realized we could go into the safe room again.
Right.
I guess minus that, I think I'd still give it a full star because it's really not an issue with length so much as design.
Right. I'm going to give this a half a star. And my reasoning is that, again, what Keo points out is actually can affect the length of how long we played. Given there was one part where I can knock off maybe 20 minutes for Keo and Dread and I to take a break, and that was when Keo had his problems with technical difficulties. But aside from that, it was still clocking around 2 hours, and there's a lot of time where we're just kind of guessing. And then, of course, like I think it was the second part, we didn't even know we had to go back. We just kept figuring, like, oh, what's next? Where do we go next? There's a loss of where we're supposed to go, and that could affect the length of the campaign itself. Aside from that, because that does pad out the whole thing, it is very on its like normal thing. It could have clocked in about an hour and a half in general, if we didn't have to constantly stop to figure out if we have to go back or not. So there is some inconsistency issues with that. That also goes into design, but we'll get to that momentarily. So yeah, I'm going to give it a half a star on length. Next is difficulty fitting. We played on normal. We always play on normal. So Dread, in terms of the health, the weps, was there too many specials that spawned in your campaign? What was the difficulty to you? Was it hard, easy, what?
It wasn't too easy, but it wasn't too hard. It was kind of like middle, because it gave us weapons, but it just never gave us any tier 2 weapons.
Right.
So I guess I'd give it like 3/4.
3/4.
Just because it never really gave us a large amount of tier 2s until like the very end.
Okay. Kyo?
Yeah. Like I say, this was probably more about the puzzles than anything else.
True.
Puzzles were good. I mean, it never gave us the skull, did it?
No, not that I've
Nope.
seen.
For the 1, 2, 3 in the game, and it didn't give it to us.
Or Kyo's classified tier 3 weapon, yeah. I think it's considered a tier 2 by most of the community, though.
No, it's too different than the AK and the M16.
I'm just going by what most community would probably say that is.
Well, they're wrong, and they should feel bad.
So, your star rating?
I'm gonna give it feels right to give it 3/4 of star.
3/4. Yeah, I'm going to give it the same. It is right there. If there's the issue of the inconsistency that it has, especially with common, like I said, we hardly ran into some, and sometimes we just felt like a little overwhelmed with them. And that there's that huge inconsistency of difficulty there. Sometimes the parts feel incredibly easy, sometimes they feel incredibly hard. On top of that, there is the issue of health. If we happen to use them, and I know me and Dread used probably a combined total of 31 health packs, because of that inconsistency problem. And that was also, of course, through restarts. The health becomes very scarce as you progress through the game, that I've noticed. Especially when we have to go back and forth. Which is, I guess, a good design to the map. At least it's being consistent on that. But it definitely needs to be a little bit more balanced. And that, again, that goes into the number of infected, the inconsistency problems and everything. So yeah, I give it 3/4. I think it just needs some tweaking in terms of health. In terms of weapons are fine. Although the one person that finds that grenade launcher, or that one person that finds the auto shotgun early on in the game, is probably going to be the one you want to keep alive. So there's that problem too. So yeah. So design of the map and the campaign as a whole. What did you guys think? Dread?
It was okay. It felt like Resident Evil, but I don't know. Whoa.
That was my speakers. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, it felt like Resident Evil, but something about with the weapons, just the fact that for the longest time we had only pistols, it felt like it was like a map that was meant for Left 4 Dead 1 almost. I guess I'd give it half because it just kind of feels like a Left 4 Dead 1 map in Left 4 Dead 2.
Okay. Yep.
When it comes with this overall design, I think they did a pretty damn good job. Especially with having to, make an entire different game in Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you gotta compromise on a lot of things to make that work, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, but it needs some tweaking, and not even there, with the notifications on where you need to go and when you need to do stuff, especially when you can get back to the safe room. I'm gonna give it 3/4 because I think you fixed that and you basically have it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a half. And this is like the first major half is that yes, it is Resident Evil put pretty much accurately into a Left 4 Dead map. It's very accurate in terms of scavenger hunt, survival horror. It's got everything it needs. The inaccuracies come into the fact that you've added some other things that don't belong in Resident Evil, such as Slenderman. It's a nice Easter egg, but it's not needed. It's probably the only thing that's really not needed. And there's 2 parts where you see him. There's also Bill, which there's just so inconsistent where we can't really say them. We don't know what we were supposed to do. I understand there's a few other Easter eggs in this map itself that we didn't get to. I think there was like 6 total. But they're just not necessary to the map, and they're almost misleading too. Because we could just skip them, and we don't even know if that's something we have to skip. And then there's the fact that it's inconsistency in terms of direction. There's times where we knew where we had to go. We had to get the medals. That was the first part. We knew that we had to get all 4 medals, open the door, now a safe room. Then the second part, we didn't know we had to go back. We just kind of stumbled in there just to get ammo, and next thing you know, one of us is saying, get back in the room. That's one of the characters are saying it. And so we go in there, and it's a safe room. And we didn't even know that we could go there. Stuff like that is kind of needed in terms of a design of the map. We need to know that we're supposed to go back now, that we have that option. If you don't let us know that, how do you think we're going to know that? Because now we're just wasting our time trying to find something that we can't find here. Especially when it comes to that elevator, where the spider is, we have to get a battery. We were looking for that battery in the second part of the map, all over. We couldn't find it. We go to the next part. Oh, we find it. and then we have to go back and put the battery in. To me, that's very bad design. It's cool to keep that scavenger hunt like consistent and make it work that way, but it just feels like we wasted half our time looking for that stuff. So it really needs to keep the direction kind of set where we need to go. Like if we need to go to the safe room now, that's where we got to go. You can't just let us leave us hanging and guess that we have to go back because we've checked everywhere else. And that's what we end up doing, like in a couple of parts of this map. It just really felt like I was out of place. So yeah, I'm gonna just give it a half star for being pretty accurate to Resident Evil 1 to what we know of. I've never played the game, but I'm assuming that's how it played. And the fact that we did feel like it was a survival horror, that weapons and ammunition and everything felt scarce. So that leaves us to the last one, recommended. Do you guys recommend it at all?
I would recommend it. It's a novelty kind of thing.
Okay, so you give it a full star?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyo?
Oh, if you have the time, I guess maybe half a star. Like if you have the time, it's long, even if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give it a half as well. I think it's for novelty's sake, and if you're a Resident Evil fan, you're definitely gonna be wanting to play this. If you want to just have some fun trying to see what we didn't find, hey, there you go. There's another reason to try it. But as far as I'm concerned, its length, the inconsistency it does have with the infected, and of course, the lost direction sense all over kind of make this map kind of one of the ones I don't know. Like, hell, the part before the finale, we just happened to go stumbling towards the friggin' safe room that we had just came out of, and the door was just glowing. We didn't know that. You gotta point that out a little bit better. So this is just really to the creator. Just make your player understand that, hey, they can go back if they want to. They can continue searching if they also want to, but they can go back now. They don't have to continue searching. So, like, put a cutscene that says you can do that. Just make it feel like there's a sense of direction overall. And I think that'll take some of that inconsistency out of the away. It makes it feel like, okay, the common's not going to be that big of a deal. We just got to get to point A to point B and then back to point A. So, yeah, I'll give it a half a star. So, in terms of star rating, I think, if I remember correctly, I don't think I ever gave it a full star in anything. I gave it like, out of a 5-star maximum, probably 2.5 in mine. I didn't write it down, so I'm kind of remembering what I said with certain ones. But if it wasn't that, it was definitely a 3-star map at the most. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say that's
Yeah, I go with
fair.
that.
It's a 3-star map, and we kind of agree with that. So, yeah, it's average. It's right there. It just needs some tweaking, and it could probably be a little bit better. As far as some of the Easter eggs, some of them are funny, some of them are dumb, and some of them are punishing. So, like, Slenderman...
Like the super suitable spiders?
That was just dumb. Like,
You may have thought it was dumb, but me and Kyo thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was dumb because if someone shot it, it totally fucks over the rest of the group. And I don't think that's fair.
Hey,
because
we survived.
Yeah, we survived, yes. But what happens if some random group of friends go in there and there's that one troll guy that keeps shooting the spider and pisses off the rest? You know, it doesn't. Here's what happens: he laughs, but everybody else doesn't have fun. That's what I'm saying. It's nice to have only one of those, but it felt like there's a few of those. The ones that seem to be like the fun ones, yeah, Slenderman is one of them. The tank popping out of the boxes when you don't expect it, that's a pretty fun one. I actually have to admit that was pretty good. And of course the rolling ball rolling over Dread.
Oh,
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. But other than
Oh,
that,
it's funny when I get
hey,
fucked
hey,
by
hey,
the rock,
to
and
be
you
fair,
don't find it
hey,
funny when you get fucked by the tank.
hey, to be fair, that was my revenge. You guys kept shooting that damn spider. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe down below, and give me feedback. Do you want more of these? This is pretty much only temporary until I get my main computer fixed, because we found another issue with it. God damn it. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully we continue these. I do miss playing Left 4 Dead. So, anyways, see you all later.
Fish sticks.
God damn it, Tread.